guys, welcome back to my channel. In case you're wondering, we are going to be doing this eye look today. I decided to go with something kind of bronzy with a little bit of like a teal blue in the center. It's kind of giving me some Princess Jasmine vibes today. So yeah, let's hop right in. We're going to be doing a kind of chatty get ready today. Alright, so to start, we're going to be using the original Naked palette today. And we're going to go in with this shade right here, Naked. And we're just going to put that into the crease. I'm going to be using my M502 brush from Morphe. I'm obsessed with this one because it's just so fluffy and it gets that color in there really nicely. Next, we're going to be going into the shade Buck. Oh, I'm sorry, the other one was the transition shade. This one here is going to be the crease shade. I'm just going to buff that right in. Alright, so switching gears a little bit, we're going to be using the NYX shadow in the shade Mermaid. I'm going to take that on my makeup designer brush, the 350, I'm sorry. And then you just want to spritz it with some Fix Plus, because this shade doesn't really pick up too well unless you have some of that on your brush. And we're just going to pack that right on the inner corner right here. Something else you could do is use a black shadow primer to make this pigment more intensified. I just like going in with the Fix Plus instead. You just want to pack that on. I'm going to wipe that brush off and then go back into the Naked palette. We're going to use the shade Half Baked. And then just put that on the center of the lid, blending it with Mermaid. And then going into Smog, we're going to put that on the outer half, the outer corner of the lid. And I'm actually going to go right back into Mermaid and just kind of touch that up a little bit. And then using my Luxie 231 brush, we're going to go into Hustle here. And then just put a little bit of that on the outer V of the eye. I just like to kind of pat it in almost a triangular motion. Just kind of to deepen it up a little bit. And then because my eyes are hooded, I like to just kind of bring it up just a little bit. And then we're going to go back in and blend all that out. So I'm going back into Buck again on my Morphe R40 brush. I'm just making sure there's no lines between these shades on the lid and the crease shade. And then back into Naked again. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and do my brow bone highlight, and I'm going to use the shade Virgin and just pack that on. Of course, I love doing my wings, so we're going to use the Tarte Precision Longwear liner. I don't know why, but a lot of times I feel like if I don't have wing liner on, I feel like it just makes me look more tired. I either have to do my wing liner or lashes or both. I can't go without any of those. And I know so many people have different ways of doing their liner. I like to see where I'm going to have the tip of my wing be, and then just draw that into the inner corner of the eye. So for mascara, I'm going to go in with my They're Real Tinted Lash Primer. I love using this one, especially since lately I've been wearing false lashes a lot, and my lashes are just not the happiest with me right now. For mascara, we're going to be using the Amplimascara. I got this in, I think October BoxyCharm. October of last year. And I've really been enjoying this one since I started using it. I feel like it gives good volume to the lashes and separates them really nicely. And moving on to the face, we're going to be using the Becca Backlight Priming Filter as our primer. And then I always like to take the Porefessional and use that on my nose because it gets so oily throughout the day. I find that if I don't use this before my foundation, that my nose usually ends up slipping off halfway throughout the day and nobody wants that look. And for foundation, I'm going to be using the Lancome Teint Idole Ultrawear Makeup Stick. This one has been one of my favorites lately because it just looks so beautiful when you put it on. And it's been wearing really nicely throughout the day too. I definitely need to get a refill on it because I am like right at the plastic piece on it. I definitely know the shade is just a little bit too dark for me, but I make it work. I wonder if you can just scrape it out of the tube. So if any of you guys have any suggestions for videos you want to see, please leave them down below in the comments because I could always use some input on what to do next. And for concealer, I'm actually going to switch it up a little bit today. We're going to go in with the Wet n Wild Photofocus Concealer. And I am in the shade Light Ivory. I'm just going to blend that out with my Real Technique sponge. Something seems to have kind of a thicker consistency to it, but I really do like it because it's more lightweight, even though it does cover really well. I'm going to go ahead and set everything. I'm going to be using the RMCA No Color Powder. I'm going to go in with my Real Technique setting brush, just gently pat that underneath the eyes. And then a little bit in my nose. Not in my nose, but on it. And on my chin. Well, let's finish off the eyes now. I'm going to go back into that Naked palette. And then using my Luxie 141 mini round brush. I like that this one's got such a really nice rounded edge on it. So I'm going to go into the shade Buck and just buff that into the lower lash line. I love that this brush kind of gives like a smoked out feel to that lower lash line. And then using my Royal and Lang Nickel, oh gosh, what is this? It's a detail brush. I'm going to use that to line the lower lash line, and I'm going to go in with Hustle and use that here at the outer corner. I'm going to use my Makeup Designer 300 brush and then go back into the shade Mermaid. And I'm going to put that on the inner corner of the eye. I'm not necessarily using this as my inner corner highlight, but just as kind of a base, just to bring out that teal color. And bringing it up to connect it with that color that we put on before. And then just kind of extending that on the lower lash line past the tear duct. From there, I want to go back into the shade Virgin and use that and put it over top of the Mermaid color. And I'm going to use that same brush but with it wiped off. And all I'm doing is patting it in. I'm not wiping. Right, for liner, I'm going to tight line my upper lash line with, I don't even know how to pronounce this name, this pencil here. This is my favorite one to tight line with because the color stays put so well. And I always have to be careful when doing this step. I do wear contact lenses, and if I'm not careful, I usually end up making a line on the contact lens, and you can feel it sitting in there, and it's so uncomfortable. And then for the lower lash line, we're going to be going in with the NYX Slide On, Glide On, Stay On, and definitely a Turn On Waterproof Extreme Shine Eyeliner. This one is in the shade Azure. I really love this eye look for the summertime. It reminds me of the ocean or going to the pool. I'm going to be using the IBY Highlight and Contour palette, and I'm going to go into this shade right here, the contour number 3, and just use that for my cheekbones. And I like to blend that up just a little bit on the cheekbones. And then I'm going to go into the contour number 2 and use that to contour out my nose. A little bit right on the tip of the nose there. And because my lips are a little bit on the smaller side, I do like to go through and define down the center of the lips and then right underneath, just to help make them look a little bit more plump. And I'm going to go ahead and blend out that nose contour. And this here, I couldn't even tell you what the name of this brush is because the words have worn off on it. I like to just drag it down a little bit. You don't want to pull it up because you want to keep this section right here nice and clear. Make sure there's not a big brown smudge on the tip of the nose. Right. And then for blush, I'm going to go in with my Milani blush in the shade Luminoso. I'm just going to go in with my IT Cosmetics brush. This is the 227 Flawless Blush Brush. This one is so soft. I love that I've had this for over a year now, and I haven't had a single hair shed on me yet. Blush, you don't need a whole lot of it. Just a couple little taps in it and you're good to go. And then going back into that palette. Oh my god. Alright, well, continuing on, we're going to go back into that palette, and I'm going to use this highlight shade right here. And I'm going to be using the Morphe M401 brush. And I'm just going to swipe that on underneath the eyes to help highlight. Lord knows I could use all the brightness underneath my eyes. And then going into the highlight one and taking that a little bit on the center of the forehead and down the bridge of my nose. And then for face highlight, I want to maintain that kind of golden glow that we've got going on the center of the lids. So I'm going to use the OFRA highlighter in the shade Rodeo Drive. And then I'm going to go in with my Doucce 522 tapered highlighter brush because I want that to be a really good intense glow. Going for Golden Bronze Goddess today. I'm going to just take that in kind of a C pattern up through the temple. With highlighter, I like to kind of start small and build my way up to a more intense highlight because I really just don't want to kind of overdo it right out the gate. I just build it up until I'm happy with it, and maybe one more go with the highlighter. Go big or go home today, right? Well, I'm already at home. And take some down the bridge of the nose. And keep it going. Oh, that glow. And I'm going to go in with my trusty NYX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. This one is my absolute all-time favorite setting spray. Fan it out. Alright, and then to finish off the lip, we're going to go in with the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Aquarius. This is one of my absolute favorite nude shades. So thank you, Kathleen Lights, for that. so that completes this look. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you have any suggestions for future videos, please leave them down below. I will appreciate any feedback you guys give me. As always, thank you guys so much for watching these videos. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you guys have a great day. See you next time.